here with the Lady Bruins and Coach LeViere after the Bruins going back to the region championship after a victory over Trinity Baptist. Coach, I'll start with you, and then we'll get to some key players for us tonight. But coming into this game, I know you and I had talked even yesterday about how difficult it is, or how difficult it can be to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. And Trinity really played well last night in their win over Southeastern. So coming into today, having been very familiar with this team, what was our plan of attack against the Eagles?
Well, they're very athletic. They can shoot the ball. They have 3 or 4 that can really shoot from outside, and so they're a hard team to guard. And we just tried to know our personnel, and that was one of the things we stressed in pregame and in getting ready for them, is knowing who we're guarding on the floor and where the shooters are. And I think we did overall a really good job of that, reflected in their 3-point shooting percentage was pretty low, and I think we did a good job affecting that.
Overall, to start the game, we really were struggling from shooting from the outside, and Kylee and Delaney, I think, had the first 6 or 8 points of the game, and really were able to get shots in and around the rim. So just talk about how you guys were able to, or you from the bench were able to say, listen guys, if the outside isn't working, let's get it down low.
Well, we always are trying to get the ball inside, especially against the zone, and we want to get the ball inside to collapse that zone and then kick it out. It's a great shot angle to take the pass from inside and shoot the shot from there. But we just weren't knocking down any shots, and I said at halftime, to the team that it wasn't our best half. We definitely didn't play great, and yet we had an 11-point lead going into half. And so defense and rebounds covers a lot of things, and we turned the ball over a little bit too much, and we didn't shoot well. But defensively, I thought we played really well, and we rebounded really well, and so that took care of it in the first half. And then the second half, you saw us shoot the ball a little better. Our free throws in the first half, we were 5 for 9, and we were much better in the second half. Our three-point shooting in the first half was 15%, I think, and we didn't shoot great in the second half, but a lot better. And so when that shooting percentage increases, and then you're still playing great defense and rebounding, then good things are going to happen, and that's what happened in that second half.
Kylee, we'll go to you coming into this one. I know you guys, as a senior and as an upperclassman, we're at the point of the season where you lose and it's, regionals is done. So coming into this one, what was your message to the team of why we needed to take care of business today?
Yeah, just remembering to enjoy the moment, and that regardless of if this is our last game or if this is just one of a couple more games, to just know our stuff and to have fun. This is, one of the last chances we got to play on home court, and so just enjoying the atmosphere, but also taking care of business and just really knowing who we are as a team.
Coach said at halftime that really what kept us in the game was our defense and our rebounding. I think you had 5 or 6 rebounds just in the first half. So just talk about the mentality that we had to have, again, of knowing that we may have had a little bit more size than them, but being able to use that to our advantage in rebounding.
Yeah. Even with our size, Trinity's a pretty tough team, and we had to battle for those rebounds. And so even when there were ones that we gave up or we got jump balls, it was just realizing that we still got to go in and give it our all, because at any moment they could have just come in and taken that lead. So we just had to really fight for every single possession.
Delaney, I'll ask you kind of the same question. As we went into the second half, things got a lot more physical, and it really was, really was scrapping for each possession, and a lot of, times the ball was on the floor and players were diving for it and that kind of thing. But at that point in the game, we only were up, I think, by 11 or 12 at that point, so still anybody's ball game, really. So just talk to me about how we were able to use kind of that midway point of the second quarter into really the midway to late stages of the third quarter, which really was the key run of the game.
I think we just had to have the mentality of we wanted it more and go after all those balls. I know Kylee had a lot of steals and deflections, and so that really helped in the press. So.
As we look ahead for this one, Delaney, I'll keep it with you, I guess, because we've asked 2 questions to the other 2, so make it even here. But going into tomorrow, a team that we're very familiar with in Pensacola, a team that we've lost to twice, and really that's been our only 2 region losses of the year. So what do we need to do and take away from tonight into tomorrow to hopefully come away with a win?
I think it's defense and rebounding. Like Coach said earlier, and he said to us multiple times, that's what can win. It takes away a lot of the other mistakes that we can make by doing this. So I think we just box out and just have the mentality that's our ball.
All righty, Coach. Same question to you. Pensacola is a formidable foe and is in the midst, I think, of a 13 or 14 game winning streak or something like that. So, going into tomorrow, what is our game plan and what is it going to be key for us to be able to come away with a championship?
Well, they are really tough. Lots of weapons, player of the year in our region. And so I think that we need to, especially on defense, take the challenge and say we're not going to get beat this trip down the floor, and that's got to be our attitude every time. I think personally we've got to get low and move our feet and make sure that we're not having to have somebody come and help on a drive, because then that's going to open up an outside shot for somebody else. So little things like that don't show up in the stats, but just that effort defensively to not give up open looks outside and not getting beat off the dribble, to not create those open looks. Those are going to be big things tomorrow. Little things that don't show up in stat book, but we know they're happening and the players know they're happening. And so, I think it should be a good game. I feel like we can play with them, and I know we can play with them, and I don't just think. But we've got to go out and do it on the court. We haven't done it yet this year, and so they're undefeated in the NCCAA. They're second in the nation, I think, in the coaches poll, and so definitely got our work cut out for us. And don't want to oversell them, but we definitely got to take care of business. And the message to the team is the same thing as always, and that is take care of us. And we can't control who the opponent is. We do control us, and we're going to do that to the best of our ability.
All righty, thank you guys.